Yo, what it do, you guys? Flipside back here with Producer Dojo. Alright, so for today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how you can easily write some fire melodies with your MIDI keyboard without knowing how to play the piano or any music theory. You know, because a lot of us buy these MIDI keyboards, but then we don't really know how to play the piano real well. And it can be pretty intimidating and kind of frustrating to figure out what notes work well together. But with this VST called Kales, it's going to make your life 100 times easier. So Kales is a completely free VST, and what it does is you can go in here and you can select any scale you want. So you can go in, I'm going to select like D sharp minor. You go and you want to click on easy mode, and once you click apply, yes, you'll see that all the notes in that scale have been mapped to all the white notes on the keyboard. Now, Kales is not an instrument. Right now, if you were to play something, you wouldn't hear anything playing, but what it does is it controls other VST instruments. So I also have this piano from Kontakt opened up, and what I can do is I can make Kales control Kontakt, so that anytime I press notes inside Kales, it's going to use the piano from Kontakt to play the noise. And how we're going to do this is we're going to set up our MIDI inputs and outputs. I know this can sound kind of complicated to a beginner, but trust me, this is really easy. I am going to be showing you guys how you can set this up inside FL Studio, but if you guys are like an Ableton or Logic Pro, just go onto Google or YouTube and type in how to set MIDI inputs and outputs in Logic Pro X or Ableton or whatever DAW you have. And then there should be some tutorials on how you can set your MIDI inputs and outputs in other DAWs. But like I said, for today's video, I'm going to show you guys how you can do this in FL Studio. Alright, so the first thing you want to do to set this up is you want to open up Kales and then click on this cogwheel right here and then go to the settings. And then down here you guys are going to see MIDI input and MIDI output. And this is really simple here. All we're going to do here is going to go to the MIDI output, set this to 1. Then we're going to go to Kontakt, click on this cogwheel again, go to the settings, see the input and output for MIDI. Now we're just going to set the MIDI input to 1 also, so it matches Kales. You can set this to any number you want, but just make sure that the Kales in your VST instrument are matching when it comes to the MIDI input and output. So now if I were to select Kales, I should be able to hear Kontakt. Alright, so now that you guys know how to set up Kales and how to connect it to your other VSTs, let's go ahead and let's jump into the bulk of this tutorial. Alright, let's start messing around on the keyboard here. The scale I have selected is D sharp minor. I'm just freestyling on the white notes, and you guys can hear that no matter what I play, it always sounds kind of good. Alright, so now I'm going to try to make some dark chord progressions for some trap music. Yeah, I like that. See how easy that was? Yeah, I'm just going to go up to Tools and then dump MIDI score log over the last 2 minutes. I'm just going to save that last part that I liked. Just going to quantize this and fix these note lengths. Alright, so I have another instance of Kales opened up. I'm just going to add on to this piano melody. Alright, it doesn't sound that great, but I'm going to go in and I'm going to edit that in the piano roll. Alright, so I'm going to copy and paste this into the original piano, and I'm going to add another layer to this melody. Just gonna copy and paste this into the original piano so I can have everything in one instrument. Gonna Alt S to strum here. And then also I'm gonna Alt R to randomize the velocity. And here's the finished piano melody. Alright, now for my counter melody, I'm going to bring in a flute from Sonatina Orchestra, and I'm also going to be controlling this with scales. Alright, now I can dump my MIDI score log to get those notes in there. And that didn't really sound that good because I was freestyling, but like I said before, I can edit that in the piano roll to make it sound good. Alright, now I'm just going to mix this, add some effects, add some drums over it, and I'll show you guys what it sounds like. Alright, so we're back here at the drums. Just laid down a simple pattern, but I'll break it down for you guys real quick. So first I started off with this snare and this hat pattern. And then here's the kick pattern on top of that. Next I add these perks and open hats. And then finally I added the spins 808. Alright, so now we have the drums here. I'm just going to play this all together to show you guys what I came up with for this video. I'm just going to let it play through the end of the video. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's tutorial on scales, and showing you guys how you can easily make some fire melodies on the piano without having to know any music theory. And like I said at the beginning of the video, if you're in another DAW and you're having some trouble setting up scales, just go on YouTube and type in how to set up MIDI inputs and outputs in Ableton or Logic or whatever DAW you use. And also, if you guys liked today's tutorial, make sure you guys leave a like down below. And yeah, that's about it. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day.